do not fall for the trap when they tell you that it's flexible and you can withdraw. Yes, it is flexible, you can withdraw, but do not. Welcome to Friday Finances with Mr. Msibi. My name is Msibi, better known as Mr. Msibi. In today's episode, we are going to be dealing with the one thing that I love the most. Wait, I love money. Yeah, but no, that's not what this is about. Today, it's about a certain account. There's this one account, guys, that, oh my God. If you've been part of my life, you know that there's one account that I recommend to everyone, like literally everyone. So if I've never recommended that, you must start checking the relationship that we have, because there's a problem. So in that account is known as the TFSA, yes, tax-free savings account. So let me tell you a story. In isiZulu we say ingalekani kwasuka sungena. Yes, in the year 2015, the National Treasury of South Africa, I stand to be corrected, the National Treasury of South Africa introduced an account that was given to everyone. That account was known as it is known as a tax-free savings account. The reason they introduced the account was because they were trying to encourage South Africans to save, because God, please come back. According to South African stats, South Africans do not save money. I know that I did a video about savings. So this one, I'm like that lecturer who introduces a topic, and then put all those subtopics. So today we are dealing with that subtopic. So in that video, I did talk about the tax-free savings account. So that's what we're going to be dealing with. Now, as mentioned, in the year 2015, the National Treasury then introduced that the tax-free savings account. So the whole purpose of introducing that tax account was that to teach people how to save money, or rather to get people into that system of saving money, because people do not save. So this is how this thing actually works. And there's a lot of debates about it as to why we should have one. So now I'm a big fan of it. I also have one personally. So the tax-free savings account is an account that one opens, right? So what you do is that you open a tax-free account so that you can save money on it. You are given 500,000 rand a lifetime. That's a lifetime money that is not given to you just like that. It's an allowance that they say you can save up to 500,000 rand in your lifetime. Now, if you do your mathematics, 500,000 rand in a lifetime, which makes it 33,000. Oh, in the beginning it was 33,000. Now it is 36,000. So basically that is 15 years. So what the government is saying is you can save money, 36,000 in a year, every year for 15 years. So what you'd have saved is 500,000, and then obviously you'd have gained interest on that. And we as the government, I don't know why I'm saying we, because I'm not part of the government, but yes, the government says they are not going to touch that they're not going to tax you, whether it's capital gains or the interest that you've earned. They are not going to touch it. It is yours, like literally yours. So because of those things, I think we know that people have not been investing and not saving because they were saying the government is going to tax them. And yeah, we are aware most of the investments that we do, they have tax, your capital gain tax. But with this account, that's why I love it so much and I recommend it to everyone, is that it is tax free. So obviously there are cons and pros on this thing. So let's start with the good news. The good news with this thing is the first one that we mentioned, that government is not going to tax you. Like, that money is yours. And there's this guy, one of the, I call him the smartest guy to ever lived, Mr. Albert Einstein. And they say when you're smart, they call you Einstein. So Albert Einstein once said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of this world. He who understands it ends it, and he who doesn't, well, we pay it. So I will deal with those ones when you start talking about bonds. So basically what you said was that he who understands compound interest will earn it. And that's what happens with a tax-free savings account. You earn compound interest as time goes by. Right? So the more you hold on to your investment, the more the compound interest will start kicking in, then you start gaining. So, and the bad part, or rather the cons of this tax-free account, is what most people are not aware. So yeah, I was one of those people when I opened the thing, because it's flexible. I was not aware. I was just interested. Actually, I was taken by the moment they said tax-free. I was like, finally, there's something that I can put money away and not being taxed. And then they didn't tell me the entire scenario as to exactly how does this work. So the bad part, if you save money and when you withdraw, because it's flexible, they give you that allowance. It is flexible. You can withdraw that money. But the sad part, each year it must be 36,000. So let's give you a scenario. Let's say, for instance, you save the entire 36,000 by February when you're already done, you're like for the year, and then you decide to withdraw 10,000 and you're left with 26,000, and which is supposed to be 36,000, and then you go back and say, I'm gonna put in just to top up. You do not do that, because once you do that, that's when government is going to come to you and they're going to tax you 40%, like 40, and then percent is 40%. That's a lot of money to be taxed, and they're not going to tax the entire tax amount, entire amount. They're only going to tax the additional. So if it was 36, when you put away 38, they're going to tax 40% of that 2,000. I think it's about 800 rand, if my math is still correct. It's about 800 rand. That's how much they're going to tax you. So what you're supposed to do, Gori, because this thing, it's a long term. That's why people do not get it. It is a long term. It's 15 years of you just letting that money grow, right? Just like the same process that banks use when they give you a house or a bond. They say 20 years, and you calculate like, okay, I can afford it, because they are aware that they're going to be making money through compound interest. So that's the part that Albert Einstein was referring to, which he does not understand, it will pay it. But because we understand it, we want to earn it. So what you're supposed to do when you get a tax-free account is that you're supposed to put away money, that 36,000 every year, for 15 years. Do not touch it. Like, guys, I beg you, do not touch, because it is not a short-term investment. It is a long-term investment. And what is very much important is knowing, because almost all financial institutions have it. Your commercial banks, they have it. Your investment companies, they also have it. So what is important for you as an individual is to understand where they take your money. Because truth be told, I'm not against commercial banks here. Please don't quote me otherwise. Money market will never yield the kind of profit that you want. So you need to put your money where you know very well that it's going to be distributed into different portfolios. That's where you're going to be able to get, because anything that gives you interest that is less than 10%, that's just a waste of time and waste of money, basically, because you're not going to see the interest. So you need to know which that money, it is put into portfolios that are going to be able to yield you the profit that you want. Because if my calculations are correct with the one that I'm currently in 15 years, actually no, it's not only 15 years, because I did withdraw. That's the mistake that I made, right? I withdraw money, so it's no longer 15 years. I think it's 13 years and 16 months that I'm given. Yeah, 13 years, 16 months. If I did not withdraw, I would have made $1 million with the calculations, if my calculations are correct. But if not, I'm aware that I'm still gonna be close to 900 and something thousand, and that is money that the government, Prasars, will never touch. So please forgive me if I keep on referring to South Africa, because I'm not aware if in other countries the tax-free account exists. I know in our country it exists because of this and this, the situation that we are in and our habits of not saving money. So please, when you want to do it, try and find out wherever you're going to be putting your money, where they're going to be putting your money, and the processes that are around it. But this is just to recap. Know that you're only given 500,000 rand in a lifetime, or basically 15 years if you open it. And if you open it, you're only going to open it once, but you can have as many as you want, as long as you do not breach that 33,000. So you can have one with ABSA, FNB, Capitec. I'm not sure if Capitec has one, Netbank. At the end of the day, if they combine their money, it must make 33,000. Sorry, 36,000. 36,000, that's the new one now. It was updated this year. 36,000. As long as it does not exceed that. If it does exceed that, yeah, they're gonna come after you. Remember I told you that for 0%, it's 40%, and they want it. So you can have it anywhere, but I always prefer that you only have it in one place, where it's gonna be differentiated into different portfolios, because you know which you and your financial advisor or your financial planners or your financial coach, you are aware of whatever is happening in that account. So that is one, knowing where it is. And two, you can also, as a parent, open it for your kid or your child or your children, whichever way you use with them. But know that once you do, your kids, once they grow up, they can no longer open it for themselves, because each and every person is given that one shot of 15 years. So I've seen that majority of people, they use it as an education fund. Perfect. Other people, they use it as a vacation that they're planning to have with their spouse in the next 15 years, whatever, because of that duration that it is 15 years. In South Africa, it takes about 18 years for a child to finish school. So other parents, they can use it to plan for their education or for varsity, for when their kids go to varsity, so they can use those funds. So please, I humbly beg you, please look at it. That's one method where you can save money and you do not worry. And do not fall for the trap when they tell you that it's flexible and you can withdraw. Yes, it is flexible, you can withdraw, but do not tell them that Msibi said, Mr. Msibi said, do not withdraw from your tax-free savings account, because that is a long-term investment. That's it. That's all I have for you today. So if you enjoy the video that we're doing today, please do subscribe, hit that like button, and also the notification so that you are aware every time that we release something. Please stay safe. See you next time.